Okay, guys, this is our tangent homework. We're going to get started on question 2. So, again, we talked about this a lot, but you got to find your tangent line, which is right here, and then the tangent that's touching the radius is right here. So I know that's my right angle. And we're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It's always good to write that out. Keep it going. So that always, my right angle always points, well, possibly my right angle, always points to the hypotenuse, which is my C. So that's my C. I'm going to go with, that could be my A or my B. We talked about, let's just make the smaller one A, the bigger one B. And let's start plugging in. So we got 8 squared plus 10 squared equals, what's C squared? Well, let's think about it here. If this radius right here is 8, then I know this radius right here is 8. So the total length of that side would be 8 plus 5, which is 13. So now we can do this. Let's check it out. We have 8 squared, which is 64, plus 10 squared is 100. Does that equal 13 squared? 100 plus 64 is 164. That does not equal 169. So no, that is not a tangent. Okay, same thing. We're just going to check and see if this is a right angle. If it's a right angle, then it's a tangent line. Let's just go ahead. We see that that's 2.7, so we know this is 2.7. Okay. Here's my tangent, and there's my radius, so I know that's my right angle. It's pointing to the C. This one's smaller, this one's bigger, so we're ready to go. My smaller side is A, 2.7 squared, plus my bigger side, 3.6. Those sides are called legs, by the way. And then when I add these together, those give me 4.5 squared. So 2.7 squared plus 3.6 squared. I'm going to skip that step. But if you square them and add them, you're going to get 20.25. And 4.5 squared is 20.25. So that checks. That is yes. That is a tangent line. Okay. Question 6. Okay, so now they're telling us that assume that the segments that appear to be tangent are tangent. So we got to find x. So again, I had some students ask me, well, Mr. Rice, is that my tangent or is that my tangent? Remember, tangent only touches the circle once. That touches once. That touches twice. Okay, so that's my tangent. That's my radius. If this part is 7.1 right here, then I know the other part is 7.1. Okay. Right angle always points to my hypotenuse, so I know that's C. Again, I can pick either side to be A or B. We'll just call this one A, and we'll call this one B. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. My A is X. My B is 14.2 squared. And my C is 18 squared. So if I do 14.2 squared, that gives me 201.64. 18 squared is 324. Okay, you guys should be good at this. I'm going to subtract the 201 to both sides. That gives me 122.36. I don't want x squared, I want x, so I got to square root it. X gives me 11.1 approximately. So we put our squigglies in there. All right, next one. So again, let's just do this. It's kind of a hint. I've got a radius there, 15. So that means that radius is 15. Here's my tangent line, because it's only touching the circle once with the radius. So that's my right angle. Right angle always points to C. So that's my A and my B. Again, A and B does not matter which side. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A is X. B is 15 squared. And C is both of those totaled, so that's 32 squared. 15 squared is 225. 32 squared is 1024. I'm going to subtract 225 to both sides. Gives me 799. I don't want x squared. I want x. So we're going to square root that. And x is approximately 28.3. Awesome. Okay, number 10. Well, number 10, again, little hint. This is 13, so that means this is 13. My tangent is right here. My radius is here. So that's pointing to my C. This side's shorter, so that's A. That side's longer, so that's B. A is 9. B is, 13 and 13 is 26. C is X. 9 squared is 81. 26 squared. 676. Add those together. Get 757. I don't want x squared, I want x. Square root it. And x is 27.5, approximately. All right, moving right along. Number 12. Okay, we talked about this in class too. It's in your notes. But anytime you have tangents that touch at a common point outside the circle, they're equal to each other. So I'm just going to do this problem. 2x plus 16 equals 7x minus 29. Oh, this one says find wx, so we're going to have to plug back into. So if I subtract 2x to both sides, that gives me 5x minus 29 equals 16. Then I'm going to have to add 29 to both sides. Okay. That's going to give me 45. Divide by 5. So x is 9. But they don't want x, they want wx. So I can plug it in. Wx. But again, it doesn't matter which one I plug it into. They're both of equal value, but we'll do wx. So wx is equal to 7 times 9 minus 29. 7 times 9 is 63 minus 29. 63 minus 29 is 34. So the length of that side is 34. That's a 3, by the way. All right. Okay. Number 14. So this is one that we kind of avoided in our notes, but it's a good one to know. It's a good one to do. They want you to find the length of FD. So ultimately, we need to figure out how long this side is. But they give you a clue. They give you 2 tangents. These 2 tangents go to the same point. They go to point D. So I can set them equal to each other. So let's do that first. Okay, I'm going to start off by subtracting 4x to both sides. It's going to give me 9x minus 16 equals 11. Add 16 to both sides. Okay, divide by 3, or divide by 9, so x is 3. Okay, so that's step 1. Now I can take this value and I can plug it back into either one of these sides. Doesn't matter, I'm going to plug it into this one right here. So let's keep moving along here. I've got 4 times 3 plus 11. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 11 equals 23. So the length of the red side, either side of that, is 23. So I'm just going to redraw this picture over here so it's a little bit easier for you to see. I now have that the bottom part is 23. I now have that this part is 12. And I'm trying to find the purple. I'm trying to find this part right here. So I'll make that purple. So it's just that's Pythagorean theorem again. Right angle always points to my C. That's my A. That's my B. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A is 12. B is 23. C is X. That's 144 plus 529. Add 144, 673. I don't want x squared, I want x, so I got a square root. So x is approximately 25.9. Okay, that was a great problem. Like that one a lot. Okay, last one, number 16. So this one's going to take a lot of room. Okay. So there's hints in here. There's x's and y's. X's and y's will usually always match up with each other. So these are two tangents, so I know I can set them equal to each other. So I'm going to do 8x minus 35 equals 5x minus 8. Okay. Subtract 5x to both sides. That'll give me, I'll do it this time. So that gives me 3x minus 35 equals negative 8. I'm going to add 35 to both sides. When I add 35 to both sides, it gives me 27. Divide by 3, and x is 9. Well, I'm going to have to plug that in to get the length of that side. So it doesn't matter which one I'm going to plug it into. Let's just plug it into this one right here. So I got 5 times 9 minus 8. 5 times 9 is 45. 45 minus 8 is 37. So that gives me a length of 37. So that means everything you see in this problem that's purple is 37. Now let's do the y's. The y's I can set equal to each other. 7y minus 9 equals 2y plus 11. Start off by subtracting 2y to both sides. So it gives me 5y minus 9 equals 11. Add 9. I'm going to add 9 over. Divide by 5. So y is 4. But I don't want y. I want to know what the length of that line. So I can plug it in. I'm going to plug it in this one. Looks easier. 2 times 4 plus 11. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 11 is 19. So that means that this is 19. This is 19. Go back. This is 37. This is 37. Okay. So this last part, if I know the whole line is 32, I know the whole line's 32, and that part is 19. I can do 32 minus 19. So right here, I'm doing 32 minus 19. That's this, 32 minus 19. That gives me 13. So I know that this green part's 13. Okay. And then that means this is 13. So now we're ready to do the perimeter. I'm just going to do it nice and simple for you. 13 and 13. That's my green sides. Then I'm going to add my red sides. 19 and 19. I'm going to do my purple sides. 37 and 37. Add those all together, and that'll be my perimeter. So should give you a perimeter of 138. And there you have it. That's today's homework. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.